Of course, here's a rewritten version of your text, keeping the ideas but making it more clear and flowing. Do your past, present, and future all exist right now? Are you watching this video, being born, and lying on your deathbed all at the same moment? Strangely, the answer might be yes. But how is that possible? What does it even mean? How does time actually work? Let's imagine the universe like a child drawing pictures. Each picture captures everything happening in the universe at one particular moment. With each new moment, things change. People are born and die. Galaxies expand. You miss your bus. And the child draws a new picture that replaces the old one. This gives us something like a movie. The present moment feels real, while the past is behind us and the future hasn't happened yet. This is how time feels to us, constantly flowing forward, one moment replacing the next. But what if time isn't like that? What if the child has already finished all the drawings and stacked them on top of each other? Then, instead of a sequence, we'd have a block of time containing the entire history of the universe. In this block, every moment, past, present, and future exists simultaneously and is equally real. This idea feels strange. We only experience the present as real. How can the past and future exist right now? The answer comes from Einstein's theory of relativity. According to relativity, space and time aren't separate, they form a single entity called spacetime. When you move through space, you're also moving through spacetime. This means that time passes differently for different people depending on how they're moving. As a result, what one person sees as now might be different from what someone else sees as now. Everyone has their own slice of the block, their own present moment, and all these slices are equally valid. This means there is no universal now. The past and future aren't fixed points for everyone. They depend on where you are and how fast you're moving. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine 3 alien spaceships a million light years away. The first ship is stationary, not moving relative to you. You both experience the same present moment. If you had a magical instant internet, you could chat live about alien things right now. The second ship is flying away from you at 30 kilometers per second, about 3 times faster than a human rocket. Because it's moving differently through spacetime, its now is different. With your magical internet, the aliens on that ship could chat with your ancestors in 1984, back when humans were just discovering galaxies beyond the Milky Way. The third ship is flying towards you at 30 kilometers per second. It's slicing through the block of time at the opposite angle. Its present might align with your distant future. In this way, relativity suggests that all moments in time past, present, and future exist together in the block universe. What we experience as now is simply our own unique perspective. Would you like a few variations? For example, simpler version for younger audience, more poetic version, more technical version. If you want to go a bit deeper into relativity, the third spaceship experiences yet another. Now with the magical instant internet, the aliens on board could chat with your descendants in the year 2124, when humans have already built cities on Mars and Venus. So, now we have 3 different nows. Which one is correct? That's the problem. Relativity is built on a powerful principle, cosmic democracy, the idea that every observer's point of view is equally valid. All of these nows must be equally real. If that's true, then your past, present, and future all exist right now, because for different observers, each of those moments is happening in their present. This means the separation between past, present, and future may be an illusion. The universe isn't a sequence of events unfolding like scenes in a movie, but rather a static block universe where past, present, and future coexist and are all equally real. How can this be? Think of a galaxy so far away that we'll never be able to see it, even with our most advanced telescopes. You can't observe it, but it still exists. The future might work the same way, even if you can't experience it yet. It's still out there, just as real as the present. If the past isn't truly behind us, and the future already exists, then there's no unfolding story. The universe doesn't happen, it simply is. A frozen, timeless block where everything that has ever happened or will happen is already written. If all times exist together, then the future must already be determined. But that's not how life feels. It seems like your choices matter. You can decide to stop watching this video and not miss the bus. If the future is fixed, though your choices are an illusion, you were always going to keep watching. Your fate was sealed since the Big Bang, but then quantum mechanics complicates everything. In the quantum world, some events are truly random, not just unpredictable because we lack information, but fundamentally impossible to know in advance. Take a radioactive atom, for example. It might decay in the next second or in a million years. We can calculate the probability, but no one, not even the universe itself, can predict exactly when it will happen. And small random events can have big consequences. Imagine that radioactive atom randomly decays and causes a mutation in a nearby animal. Generations later, that mutation leads to the rise of a bizarre duck-mammal hybrid. If the atom decays a bit later, that creature might never exist at all. Quantum randomness introduces genuine uncertainty into the future. If the future includes unpredictable events, then it can't be entirely fixed. But if it's not fixed, it can't exist in the same real way the past does. So when does an uncertain event, like the atom decaying, become real? Is that what we call the present? Earlier, we saw that relativity makes defining a universal now impossible. So what's going on? It turns out that for each object, you, an alien, an atom, the past, present, and future are always well ordered. Your death will always happen after your birth, never before. Right now, you are somewhere between your birth and your death. For you, now makes perfect sense. If we avoid playing with faraway spaceships and cosmic distances, everything feels ordered again. Individual nows do exist, at least locally. Let's return to the block universe idea. Maybe we've misunderstood it. Perhaps the block doesn't contain the entire future. Maybe it only includes the past and the present. The present would then be a thin, uneven surface sitting on top of the past, constantly being reshaped as new events happen. This uneven surface is made up of countless individual nows, each one experienced by someone or something in the universe. All of them are equally valid. Respecting cosmic democracy. As new things happen and uncertainties become certainties, radioactive atoms decay. New species evolve. People miss the bus. The boundary moves forward, creating new moments in the universe. Rather than being a frozen block, time might be more like a growing crystal, constantly expanding as the present builds on the past. A future that has already been written, yet the block keeps growing and things keep happening. You still have the power to decide your future. Maybe leave a bit earlier so you won't miss the bus next time. Let's recap. We began by thinking of time like a movie, where one moment follows another and only the present exists. Then we discovered that relativity complicates things, introducing multiple nows, each equally real depending on the observer. That led us to imagine a frozen block universe, where everything is already laid out, and free will might just be an illusion. But eventually, we arrived at a new idea, a growing blocked universe, where the past is set, the present is unfolding, and the future remains open. So, which version is correct? What's real? The present, the past? Are the dinosaurs just as real as you are right now? What would the aliens at the far edge of the universe say about all this? The truth is, no one really knows. We've explored a few ways to describe time, but they're not the only ones. Some scientists argue that now only makes sense locally, near you, but not for the entire universe. Others suggest that time might not even exist at all, that it's an illusion created by the way our minds perceive the world. And there are those who believe that time exists, but it isn't fundamental. Instead, it emerges from deeper layers of reality, much like how heat emerges from the collective motion of molecules, or life arises from the interactions of lifeless proteins. We could go on exploring these mysteries, but aren't you about to miss the bus? Time is strange, abstract, and perhaps forever beyond our full understanding. But luckily, there's still plenty about the universe that we do understand and can explore right now thanks to our friends at Brilliant.org. Brilliant offers thousands of bite-sized hands-on lessons across science, math, technology, and more. Their newest course, Introduction to Probability, teaches you how to interpret the world around you, giving you tools to understand chance, risk, and prediction, while modeling real-world scenarios from election outcomes to who might win the next World Cup. They even offer a lesson called The Past and Future, where you can explore how previous outcomes don't always predict what happens next in the constantly evolving story of time. And since it's always a good time to learn, we've partnered with Brilliant to create a whole series of lessons that dive deeper into the topics covered in our most popular videos. From rabies and metabolism to climate science and supernova. Think of each one as a personal, interactive version of a Kurzgesagt video. You can start your free 30-day trial at brilliant.org/nutshell. And for Kurzgesagt viewers, the first 200 people to sign up through our link get 20% off an annual membership once the trial ends. Our shop has also grown so much, thanks to your support over the years. Now it's time to move everything to a bigger warehouse. But should our tiny burbs really have to carry all those boxes? Of course not. Help us out and grab a box during our biggest sale ever. But before you do, let us give you a quick tour. Here's how our posters are made, and this is where our enamel pins come to life. But beware, there are a few creepy and dangerous things lurking in here too. And finally, this is where all the great deals are crafted. They won't last long and are only available while supplies last, so head over to the shop now. The birds really appreciate your help.